Hi guys, it's Arethia here, and I just wanted to discuss or just say and mention that it's so important to develop a healthy relationship to food. And I know that, some of the things that we go through in life, especially when it comes to food, a lot of it is linked around diet, a lot of it is linked around society and societal issues or the way society is presenting food to us. Or sometimes even our relationship with food is just linked to the narrative. It's related to the history that we have with food. So looking back to our childhood and just understanding the relationship we have and the narrative that we had with food as a child, and that definitely links to the relationship that we have with food as an adult. So there are so many different factors when it comes to our relationship to food. And I think it's so important to really clean up the relationship that we have to food. We can clean up our relationship with food by understanding how we feel triggered around it, by understanding the emotions that we have around it, and even understanding allergies or sensitivities to food. And why this is so important is if we don't take a deep dive and a look into the relationships that we're having with food, our health is at stake here. We're looking at like not having a long sustainable life. Most of us, I know for myself personally, I want to live as long as I can, and I can't do that by having a diet that says otherwise. So understanding that food and the relationship you have to food, it determines the longevity that you'll have here, that you get to experience here on earth. And not going and developing a relationship with food, that's costing you a lot in your pocket. So, all the medical bills and going to see doctors and having doctor visits and all of this stuff that's just unnecessary. If we can just understand and develop a relationship to the foods that we're eating on a day-to-day basis, this can be eliminated. And this amount of money that we're spending on getting doctors to try to figure out what's going on with us, that money we can take it and reinvest it into something that is more enjoyable and more that's going to profit us and also just help us to create more generational wealth. So that is my spiel on developing a healthy relationship with food. And the reason I also wanted to talk to you guys about this is I've also taken it upon myself because I personally have dealt with skin sensitivities, having allergic reactions to food that I didn't even know I was allergic to for an entire year. And mind you guys, like I've been vegan for 5 years and I'm so proud of my experiences being vegan, but I have personally had to eliminate some things in my diet, but also add things that were not there. So, for example, for me to be more healthy and to feel more healthy, I had to experiment with specific things and try to do things like I'm not a meat eater and I don't eat cheese. I'm not a cheese eater either. However, I had to do a little bit of experimenting within the past year to just kind of figure out what's going on with my body and why I'm having these allergic reactions. So what I'm trying to say here is don't be afraid to take out that old story, whatever you were telling yourself and whatever it is that you may have told yourself about, oh, I shouldn't do this or this is not okay. And, we can rewrite our story. We don't have to stick to something that's not working. We can get ourselves out of the corner that we've backed ourselves in and we can tell a new story. And so because of this experience, I have created Eat Track Thrive, which is a food tracker that has helped me, that is can and will help so many millions of people get a hold of their own diet and to better understand and develop the relationship they're having to food. And in this tracker, you can write down the foods that you're having on a day-to-day basis, also including the drinks. You can reprint this tracker multiple times, as many times as you need to. This tracker is also designed to help people write out the foods they're having, and alongside it, the emotions, the triggers, the allergies, the symptoms, anything that you may be experiencing. You can use this tracker to help you self-identify what's going on. So you can begin to do the process of elimination or adding or whatever the case may be. I also wrote, and what was inspired by my journey to understand the allergies and sensitivities I was going through, is I also wrote an ebook called Reset Your Relationship with Food. And this is, again, it's uncovering the story and the narrative that I've told myself over and over again to help me better my relationship, to backtrack and understand where everything was coming from. So this Reset Your Relationship with Food is designed to help you reset your own relationship to the food journey that you're having. And again, this tracker is to help you to thrive, to help you understand what's going in and out of your body and the emotions and triggers and everything around that. So I just wanted to give and share this little bit of knowledge and share my experience with you guys in hopes that you will all learn from what I've been doing and that you can apply any of this information to your own journey. And so, the best way, I always like to say, the best way to self-care is to, take a moment, take an opportunity, and take the time out every day to self-care. And this isn't just a one-time thing. It's not like a weekend or a one-day thing. Self-care is every day. And better self-care is always sustainable.